Hello! Welcome to my video tutorial. To complete this tutorial, I recommend you have a computer open and be logged into your Google account. This video, which is part one of a three-part series, will take approximately 10 minutes. Today we're going to learn how to use Google Forms for online assessment in your classroom. The purpose of this tutorial series is to learn how to use Google Forms to create online assessment that can be taken from any internet-connected computer, whether it be at home or in the classroom. This is very valuable. It can be used for formative assessment to understand if they're getting the material, all the way to managing a flipped classroom where they do the lecture part at home and in class you use for discussion. This tutorial is a three-part series. Video 1 is starting a new Google Forms and creating a basic multiple choice quiz. Lesson 2 will be advanced quiz questions, getting beyond multiple choice. And finally, Lesson 3 will be automatic assessment and using the add-on Flubaroo for advanced analysis of grades. The outcomes from this lesson include learning how to start Google Forms, formatting the appearance of Google Forms, quiz settings, and creating a simple quiz. Let's begin. Alright, to get started on Google Forms, you'll need to have your Google Drive open. Notice I'm logged into a Gmail account and I'm ready to begin. I go ahead and go to New, go to More, and Google Forms. That will start my Google Form list. Now notice if we go over here we can start a blank form or start a template. There is a quiz template, but we're going to start from a blank form to learn the techniques. Alright, here's the basic quiz. We have an untitled form, we have a basic setup with a couple of questions, and we have our settings. Now the first thing we're going to do is name this quiz. So I'm going to make this a quiz about colors, so I'll entitle it Color Quiz. Now notice it's automatically saving the results. If I go up here and click Untitled Form, it will automatically name it whatever I named it down here. Alright, now let's look at some of the settings here on the screen. The first is a color palette. Now I can set a color palette for this to get away from this purple color. So for example, let's make this quiz blue. And I'll go up again, and this time I'll add a picture to sort of set a theme to it. Now I can choose one of their pre-selected pictures, or I can upload a photo from my own computer. I'll go ahead and do that. If you upload a photo, it should be at least 800 pixels wide to be used in Google Forms. Alright, I'm going to select the area of that photo I'm going to use, and I'll select it. And it's loading it up, and there's my theme. Now notice it chose a new color based on what matched this picture. Alright, now next we're going to go to, we have a preview which will show us what the students will see when they take this quiz. It's not ready yet though. And settings. Let's go to settings. Now in settings there's three different places. There's general. One thing you want to do is collect an email address. When they complete the quiz, it will send them a receipt that tells them their quiz has been entered. You can also limit them to one response, edit after they submit, allow them to edit after they submit, and see the summary charts. You can choose whatever options you wish. As far as presentation, you can show the progress bar, which will tell how far along on the quiz they are. For example, are they 1 page out of 4 or 1 page out of 1? You can shuffle the question order. I don't recommend that because it shuffles every question, so sometimes the name can end up as being the last part of the quiz. And show a link to submit another response. So if you haven't selected choose only one response, they can retake the quiz over and over again. If I take that off, that won't be shown. And I can tell them what's happened when they're done. Now, most importantly for our purposes, is quizzes. We're going to make this an online quiz. when are we going to release the grade? Well, we can release it immediately to tell them exactly what's happened, or we can do it later so that everyone has a chance to finish the quiz before we tell them the answers. When we tell them the answers, we can do missed questions, correct answers, and point value. You want to determine which information you want to give your student. Let's go ahead and save this. Alright, the quiz is looking better already. Let's go ahead and put in some sections. Notice the first section, this will always stay at top, is their email address. This is going to collect their email address so that you can know who submitted this quiz. Then down here we already have one untitled question, and if I click on it, it shows this is a multiple choice question. It shows options and the title. So let's go ahead and put in a title for this. This question, since this quiz is about colors, let's go ahead and say, what color is the sky? I didn't say this is going to be a very tough quiz. Let's see how it goes. Option 1, that's basically choice A. I'm going to go ahead and say red, green, yellow, blue, and purple. Notice I'm hitting enter after each one of these, and that opens up new options. Okay, I also have the option of adding a picture to each one of these to give a reference point if I want a picture on each answer. And I can add an option, add other. That would be an option so that if all these are wrong, they can select add other and enter their own answer. Now let's go down to answer key. We have to tell the computer what is the right answer. So I'm going to select blue here, and up here in the corner, I'm going to say this is worth 2 points. I can add answer feedback, so if they get it incorrect, I can just say wrong or whatever I wish to say. If they get it correct, I can say correct. Also, I can add a link. So if they get an incorrect answer, I can make this link and link to a video they can reference for further information. Or I can put in text that will pop up if they get it wrong. I can go ahead and save this. And now, as you can see, it's ready to grade. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back to the question itself, and there's a few more choices here. Now if I didn't want multiple choice, I can enter other options. We're going to look at those in the next video. I can go down here to the corner, I can duplicate this question, I can delete it, I can say, is this question required? They won't be able to submit this quiz if they haven't done this question if I say that. Now over here, these three dots are really important. If I click on them, I can say show description, go to section based on answer, and shuffle option order. Shuffle option order is nice because then if kids are sitting next to each other, they'll all have the answers in separate orders. Alright, so there's my first question. Now I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that question because it's more color questions. And instead of what color is the sky, I'll say what color is a banana. Alright, hopefully they'll get that one. Still worth 2 points, but I know banana is not blue. So I'm going to go to the answer key, and I'm going to choose yellow instead. Now notice, right now, both yellow and blue are the correct answers. They have to answer all those, they have to answer yellow and blue to get this question correct. So I'm going to deselect blue. Go back to the question. Now this question is exactly like the other one, except it has a different answer. I can see the checkbox saying yellow is correct. Up here, I can see a checkbox saying blue is correct. Now the one thing I haven't added to this quiz yet is a name. So let's go ahead and add the name of the student. So I'm going to click the plus to add a name, add a question, but instead of multiple choice, I'm going to choose short answer. The question is going to be name. It's not going to be required. And now I need to bring it up to the top. So these little dots on top, I just grab them and drag this up to the top. Email will always be the first question, but now top will be there too. Now I can see how this quiz is going to look to my students. I click preview. And here's the quiz they'll see online. So let's go ahead and fill this in real quick. I'm going to put in an email address there. Notice it turned red if it didn't notice the correct format. I'll say this is John Doe. The color of the sky I'm going to say is blue. Color of banana I'm going to say is purple. So just to get one wrong. Now I can choose, do I want a copy of my responses sent to me? If I select yes, it will send an email when this is done. Since it's a fake email, I'm not going to select that. I'm going to click the reCAPTCHA just to make sure this is a real human. And I have to select images with cars. Car, 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 and verify. I am not a robot. I can submit this, and now it just told me the quiz has been recorded. I can view my score, and it's going to tell me everything I got wrong. Now mind you, you can change that so they can't see this right away. If I go back to the color quiz, I can see responses. I now have one response showing that one person has taken the quiz so far. Okay, you have now learned how to make a basic Google Forms quiz. You can see it's really easy and fast. In the next tutorial, we'll learn about different question types and learn about how to use a template to get a quick start on the quizzes. Thank you, and please tune into the next quiz as soon as you can, or the next video as soon as you can, and we'll see how it goes. Have a great day.